Good morning and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connections presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whaler sports here on the NSC. Happy to have Charles Douglas, who will be your eyes on the field this afternoon, of course, from NCTV. And Hammy Hurd will be joining us here shortly on a morning for lacrosse. It's Vineyard Day here on Nantucket. Doesn't get much better than that. Of course, the Whalers will be hosting the Vineyard in their final regular season matchup here, culminating a phenomenal season. And they have already won the outright Cape and Islands League title after crushing CCA Thursday night. Probably their most complete game, the 20-3 win, the second championship for head coach Jamie Lower, who is very quickly cementing her legacy as one of the greatest to pick up a clipboard at Nantucket High School. Her commitment to the game, and I say it like that because she realizes that it's more than just getting up, coming to the field, and playing the game. You represent something more than that. And in addition to that, the balance between the responsibility and still having fun, because it's a game and it's supposed to be fun. But it is a privilege to play this game as a Nantucket Whaler, and she understands that it represents something more. As today you see the orange balloons and orange streamers, so it is the Stick It to Cancer game. And also you'll see our youth across the field there at Vito Capizzo Stadium. They will line the 50-yard, the mid-stripe here, and hopefully we'll get a little introduction, but the kids will line up here representing the next generation of youth lacrosse here. Of course, Jamie Lower, one of the originals from getting the girls program, and of course my buddy Hammy Hurd, who will join us here shortly, spent at least 10 years. I'll get the details on how long he actually was with the youth lacrosse program, but it's coming to fruition as the Whalers now have run through the Cape and Islands League a couple of years in a row and won championships 2 years in a row now, and looking to bring home possibly a state title. At 16-3 coming into today's game, the Whalers are in phenomenal position to retain that 4 spot. They bumped up and jumped over Manchester Essex, who lost one of their final games and are actually pretty close to that 3 spot, but talking to the coaches, they want to stay in that 4 spot. That's the looking at the numbers and teams and who's where potentially as we get to the final rankings. The 4 spot is where they would like to stay, so looks like they will be there. And again, that dismantling of CCA, who came in ranked number 8, was the statement that the team needed and showed the MIAA. And honestly, for me, if they stay in the top 4, or for the NSC, it just means extra lacrosse. Just like we did last year, we had 3 games here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, which means we get to show Whalers Nation, our incredible student athletes, for another couple of games. And it was not an easy schedule. I got to say, this is probably the toughest schedule of any team in Division 4. 9 games in a row off island before they played a home game. The Whalers emerged 7-2 and have just lost once since then. That was that overtime thriller to Sandwich right here. Our lone loss for the girls team at home. And it all starts with Bailey Lower. She is having another MVP-type season, and she has led the way to the Whalers winning 12 of their last 13. And, of course, it's hard to not notice her improvement. And it's hard to say because she was so good last year, but she has improved dramatically with her vision and understanding of the offense and becoming a facilitator. It's just been amazing to watch it, and her commitment on the defensive end is all the more impressive. Just one of the reasons, or a couple of the reasons, that she will likely win another most valuable player here for the Cape and Islands League, and she just keeps on writing her own history here at Nantucket High School. We have a whole nother year to enjoy her talents on the fields. It's amazing stuff here. So as I said, Hammy will be with us here shortly. So I will give you a couple of keys here today for the Whalers to pull off the victory here. Again, a pretty good Vineyard team, not quite as talented overall as the Whalers. Certainly, they do play most of their games against the Lighthouse division, so the Falmouth Academies and Monomoys and Sturgises. The Whalers did take care of business against this team last year, the first meeting, winning in convincing fashion, but that's all on the paper. You still got to get out there and take care of business as the Whalers look to, again, win their 17th game of the regular season to just 3 losses and solidify that number 4 seed. So the key today is going to be play smart. Got to stay away from emotions. Don't let that get in the way of what you have to do today. Don't look beyond this moment. Just be in the moment and enjoy yourself out there, because it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a beautiful day for lacrosse here on Nantucket, and the girls are going to do their final stick check. So we'll take a moment here on the NSC, and we'll say hello to our spring sponsors for the final time here in the regular season and bring you the opening draw. We're representing the youth lacrosse girls as you see the tunnel here. We'll be back here in a moment on the NSC with the opening draw. Vineyard versus the Whalers. I want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. As you can see, the Nantucket Youth Lacrosse being represented here at midfield as the girls run through the tunnel for their final stick check. Great stuff. And again, congratulations to Jamie Lower and of course my buddy Hammy Hurd, who will be here in the huddle. There it is, the MVP of the league, Bailey Lower, running through. I'm just going to go on a limb because I can and say that she's going to win her 2nd consecutive MVP. It's crazy because Emerson Pekarczyk on any other team would also be in the running. They both have over 90 goals, which is an amazing accomplishment for a girls lacrosse career, let alone a season. So it is just absolutely impressive, the offensive firepower that this team possesses and brings in to the Division IV playoffs. Also, Sydney Moskrop, worth noting, of course, she's got over 60 goals, 65 goals in the 19 games for Nantucket. And finally, Clara Mizzarelli, she could be the story of this entire team, because as hockey has great goalies really help the entire run through the playoffs, if you got a good goalie, it is an absolute weapon, and the Whalers have one. This is great stuff. As Travis Lombardi, our fearless athletic director, tries to herd the cats into a spot, and they got him. Look at this. This is great. The youth lacrosse. Great stuff, Trav. Great stuff, baby. And we are ready for the opening draw here. 25 minutes on the clock. Final regular season tune-up for the Whalers here. In a game that on paper they should win in convincing fashion, but again, got to stay focused. Got to play your game, and the rest of it will take care of itself. the numbers, the seedings, the rankings, all that stuff will take care of itself. If you take care of business here this morning, again, a happy Memorial Day weekend to all of you in Whalers Nation. Of course, festivities tomorrow here to commemorate those that gave the ultimate sacrifice fighting for our country. Happy to have you along here for the Stick It to Cancer game and commemorating the Whalers Youth Lacrosse program. But we are ready to go. Bailey Lower on the draw. Whalers Nation, are you ready? Final tune-up for Nantucket. Again, right into the sunshine there for Mason Lower, so Vineyard comes away with the opening draw. Good run by Charlotte Miserelli again. Right there, defense in good position. Good run. Here's Bailey Lower with some space. Dangerous. Good pass to Moshkrop. She runs in and scores. 36 seconds in. The Whalers turn defense into offense, and Sydney Moshkrop scores the first goal for Nantucket. Another assist for Bailey Lower, adding to her incredible point totals. That has been the difference. 94 goals is a phenomenal amount, but the 70-plus assist, her 72nd assist of the season is just, if not more impressive, just as impressive. Lower sprints, flips it ahead, tipped ahead nicely by Moshkrop as well. Loose ball. And this is another strength of the Whalers, that ground ball control. Here's Moshkrop running in. Whalers already up 1-0, just underway here. Minute into the final regular season game for Nantucket. Great pass in front. Oh, nice defense. Got a stick involved there. And it will be an interception. And shot goes wide. Whistle sounded before then. Whalers up 1-0, and this could be a nearly impossible task. Bailey Lower from the 8. And she absolutely laces one into the back of the net to give the Whalers a 2-0 advantage. No assist on that one, none needed. Bailey Lower notching her team-leading 95th goal. So we are on 100 goal watch for Bailey Lower. Could very well happen this morning if they keep feeding her the ball. So Whalers quickly up 2-0. So number 22, Clara M., as we have it, is the goalie. I'll play her down for Nantucket. Looks like she is okay. Pekarchik down for a moment. That is the only thing, that the Whalers have to avoid here is an injury. Here's a run, good defense, spin move, lost on the opposite hand. Whalers force another turnover. Here's Pekarchik. Up to Bailey Lower. And there is no one going to catch her on the run. Runs through a stick check. And the Whalers get it set up. Looks like Suze Paraner over there. Over to Moshkrop. Whalers already up 2-0. 22-20 left here in the first half. Thanks for joining us here on the NSC, spending some of your Memorial Day weekend. Oh, nice little give and go. That'll be a turnover, however, as it was a little high, the pass from Pekarchik to Moshkrop, looking for her. Vineyard looking to clear, lose the ball, and Lower, a quick pickup. Here's Moscrop, fires, score! Perfect shot. Lower with another helper. She's scored once and assisted twice already. Moscrop's got a couple of goals. And the Whalers are quickly up 3-0. Clock stops at 21:53, so less than 4 minutes of game time, and the Whalers have notched 3 goals. And it could be one of those things where you get a big lead and you're affording the team some rest. Maybe get Bailey Lower, Emerson Pekarczyk, Moscrop a little time, and get some other players involved. As again, you have bigger aspirations. The bigger picture now comes into play and is upon us as we have our final regular season game, and the MIAA seedings will come out on the 31st. We have some play-in games. 6 teams actually in Division 4 could end up with a chance to make the playoffs as a lower 32 team. Pekarczyk picks it up off the draw. So another draw control win for Bailey Lower, and that is a statistic as well that they have kept track of. And Bailey's over 200 now draw controls on the year. She came in with 196 and has already won 4. Good communication by the Vineyard. Oh, Pekarczyk with the weave and score. Phenomenal effort by Emerson Pekarczyk. There is no one, as amazing as it is to watch Bailey Lower, her speed gets her through those. But Pekarczyk has a way of weaving through sticks and defenders, bobbing and weaving, and that makes her all the more special as an offensive weapon. And she showed it on full display as she weaved through 3 defenders, found just enough space to get that shot. And again, a perfectly placed low shot. No chance for the Vineyard goaltender. So 4-0 now with tons of time left. 21-17 still left here in the first half. Nice grab by Mason Lower. And quickly ahead goes Pekarczyk. She awaits some help. And here's Bailey Lower with the offensive play called out. This is a good one. This is one of the stacks, and it allows some space for that type of goal. Great assist again by Bailey Lower to Sydney Moscrop. 3 helpers by Bailey Lower already, and 3 goals by number 20, Sydney Moscrop. And the Whalers again score within a minute and now lead 5-0. Continuing their impressive play. Bailey Lower on the draw here. Again, just picked up her 200th draw control. That is 201 and counting as Pekarczyk grabs it. Oh, phenomenal pass just off the stick of Bailey Lower. Gets all the way into the goal. And it'll be the Vineyard controlling. Attempting a clear, tough pass, and that'll be a turnover. Those are the types of plays that Martha's Vineyard just cannot afford to make. So once again, the Whalers will put it in play here, looking to add to their 5-0 lead. Just under 20 minutes to play, so they have made quick work of this Vineyard defense. Again, this is kind of one of those games that allows them to fine-tune some of those offensive sets get their timing down and continue to improve as they have all season long, winning 16 games, so far. Oh, no chance. Bailey Lower on her own. That is fantastic stuff. Sydney Moskrop with the helper. Lower notches her second goal of the game. 6-0 now the score, so she is up to 96 goals on the season. Phenomenal stuff. Again, they make it look almost easy, but man, it is anything but. The timing and the precision passing, just very impressive for this team as, again, they have earned the right to be the number 4 seed and play home games right here. As long as they keep winning, they will play 3 games right here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. And it is a unique home field advantage. The travel is unlike any other school. And Coach Lower scheduled 20 games. It's the most that they could play. And again, those early, great snag by Lower. And she is great pass in front. Oh, just mishandled, rebounded, and another score. She found it just inside the post. Stick-to-itiveness by Sydney Moskrop and another assist by Bailey Lower. She's got 4. 7-0 very quickly, just over 5, just about 6 minutes of game time here as we're 19 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first half. Once again, thanks for joining us here on the NSC as we wrap up the regular season. It is the Stick It to Cancer game. So the Whalers representing something beyond the game, which is always important to remember. A privilege to play this game as a Nantucket Whaler. And again, a lot of these girls went through the youth program, as we saw in the pregame show, the tunnel by the girls' youth lacrosse leagues. Pekarchik grabs it. So another draw control for Bailey Lower. 7-0 our score. It has been all Nantucket once again as they look to put the final touches on another very impressive championship regular season. And I think we can officially put the word dynasty in the discussion here, as this is as much of a dynasty as it can be. Pekarchik will draw the whistle as she went down. So that will be a shot for number 11, Emerson Pekarchik from the 8. So a little bit of physical play here by the Vineyard, but 18 minutes and 12 seconds left. Here's Pekarchik on the run. Comes in, shot, score. Just hard to stop when you are that talented and can put it anywhere you want. Emerson Pekarchik runs it in from the 8, and that is 8-0 now. Again, Whalers in complete control. So again, we don't know exactly when the games are, because there will be at least, well, there could be potentially 6 teams for play-ins. The seedings come out on Wednesday. Probably they have at least 24 hours to make sure all the numbers are correctly, so that's Thursday. The seeding games could play Friday, so we're probably looking at maybe a Saturday, Sunday beginning to the postseason for both the boys and the girls. We'll talk about the boys here coming up at halftime as they wrap up their regular season off island against the Vineyard. That game doesn't start till closer to 12:30, 1 o'clock. 12:45, I think, is officially the time, but, nothing's official in high school. Another turnover caused by the Whalers defense. Pekarchik picks it up. Heavy stall, gets it back to Sydney Moskrop. Again, when the Whalers, or if the Whalers, I should say, get to a 10-goal advantage. The clock will continue to run. Pekarczyk with another side-handed shot, sidearm shot, and a nice save. Let's see if the Vineyard can get another clear. They try and go that corner pass, and fortunate to have a whistle. That was a turnover waiting to happen, but the Vineyard will put it in here. 8-0 our score, and a mishandled pass, and the Whalers scoop it up quickly. MIAA Johnson gets it over to Pekarczyk. And again, she tries to weave her way, gets it into Bailey Lower, who will slow it down here a little bit. 16:40 and counting in the first half. Whalers up 8-0 already. There's Mason Lower at the top of the offensive set over to her sister Bailey Lower. Mason's had a couple of goals in the last few games as well. Lower lines it up. Oh, top shelf shot, just perfection. Beautiful shot by Bailey Lower. That is the 9th goal. And Lower now at 97 goals on the season, closing in on another 100-goal season for Nantucket. She is writing her own history here at NHS and has another year. Scary thought that she could actually get better with another year of experience. She has certainly showed much more maturity, staying away from silly whistles and penalties that got in the way of potentially some extra points last year. But the facilitation of the offense has really been the difference and has made Nantucket an even stronger contender for a state championship. Another draw control win. Here's a run in, but again, wisely and almost sportsmanlike, they get it set up here and use a little clock. We're under 16 minutes left here in the first half. The Whalers up 9-0. Again, the clock will start to run if they get a 10th goal here. Lower continues the pass, passing around the perimeter. Dylan Damien out there, number 19. And here's Moskrop behind the net, where she calls home for most of the offensive setups. Shot goes wide. Lower takes a tumble. And it will remain Nantucket's ball, so good hustle by, again, Sydney Moskrop. Here's a pass in front, shot, score. Moskrop over to Emerson Pekarczyk. And Sydney Moskrop's got 6 points, and again, as we noted, that 10-goal scenario now, the clock will run, and a timeout called by Nantucket. So this could be an opportunity for Coach Jamie Lower to even start making some substitutions. We'll have to see how she plays this out. But the Whalers in complete control, 10-0. We'll take a moment here on the NSC, say hello to some friends here. Again, thank you very much to our spring sponsors, and always nice to represent our community partnerships as well. You're watching the final home game for Nantucket, taking on the Vineyard here in complete control, 10-0. Our score, 15:03 left in the first half. Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. The Whalers up 10-0 here. Still lots of time left, 15 minutes and 3 seconds in the first half. Bailey Lower's already got a 7-point game in the first half. She's got 4 assists, 3 goals. Pekarchik's already got a hat trick. Moskrop's got 4 goals as well and an assist. It is, again, just a very impressive looking offensive squad, and they have not even allowed a shot on goal yet, completely dominating the possession. So we knew the Vineyard was going to have a tough time here, but man, this team is just running through good teams. The Vineyard has won 13 games, so they are not a bad squad, or 10 games anyways. And they will make the playoffs here in Division 4. So as lopsided as this score is, this is a quality team in Martha's Vineyard. They're just getting outmatched. And another big weekend in the entire game of lacrosse, as the NCAA has its women's final tomorrow. The Final Four for the dudes are today. So some phenomenal lacrosse. As we finish it up with the Vineyard as our regular season finale here. Again, a little patience shown by the Whalers as they already have a 10-0 lead, which means the clock will not stop as long as they hold that 10-0 lead, no matter what's going on. So running time here will likely shorten things here unless the Vineyard can make a run here. And shot goes wide. A rare miss for Nantucket. Lower, good pass in front, shot. Save there. That was Mason Lower, a nice connection, but unable to get a clean shot as there was a lot of defense in there, and a turnover. Moskrop with the steal behind the play. Vineyard unable to clear, causing the turnover was Sydney Moskrop. 13-20 and counting here in the first half. Pekarchik gets it over to Dylan Damian. Damian to Mason Lower. So the Lower girls, 2 important cogs. Bailey Lower looking for some help. Switches positions. Oh, nice defense by the Vineyard, denying that pass. Seuss Perana with a nice scoop on the ground ball. Under 13 minutes to go. As again, the Whalers show some patience here. Bailey Lower, one-on-one, hard to defend. But she'll give it up. Mason Lower, good pass in front. Great position. Moskrop finds her way. Defense got a little deflection on that one and scoop it up. The Vineyard looked to clear. So good defense by Martha's Vineyard on that play. Good run by number 21, but again, a mishandled pass and quickly scooped up. That's number 10, Gabby Nikolova, one of the freshmen on Nantucket's team. And the Vineyard drawing a whistle. We get another run here. Oh, ooh, that looked pretty clean, but Bailey Lower called for the whistle there. Number 6, Annabelle M. Again, that was, I wasn't given a roster, so I apologize to the Vineyard folks, but low shot save by Mizzarelli. Got the leg down and also got that big net. Good play by the Vineyard to disrupt the clear. So another chance to get their first goal here. Just over 11 minutes to go here in the first half. Pass goes in front, shot, scores. Number 10 for Martha's Vineyard Lizzie C. scores the Vineyard's first goal. So the clock will now stop because they are 9 goals down. So Miserelli saved the initial shot, but the Vineyard disrupting the clear just enough to gain possession and taking advantage. So with 10:59 to go, the Whalers now hold a 10-1 lead. So Bailey Lower on the draw once again. Poked ahead by the Vineyard, but still battled for, and let's see who gets it. They give it to Nantucket. So Lower puts it in. Pekarczyk is up there. She's on the run. And that 10-goal margin is the magic number. You get extra points, and the Whalers actually, as far as the numbers go, have the second best opponent average. Shot saved in front, good pass, and scooped ahead, so the Vineyard going to get another clear opportunity here. Suze Paraner with good hustle and just a little too aggressive there. So the Vineyard once again puts it in, tipped away. And amongst 4 defenders, the Whalers get the call. And Gabby Nikolova earns the possession here. Oh, tough call there as Lana Brissett looked to gain the zone. She was warded off, and there's a bad pass. Let's see if it goes off. Emerson Pekarczyk able to get to it. Suze Paraner getting there as the scrum continues. Bailey Lower sprints out of it. And she weaves her way through one and gets it set up for Nantucket. Under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. 10-1. Whalers up. Again, looking to win their 6th game in a row to finish off the regular season. They've won 12 of their past 13. Again, that lone blemish, the sandwich overtime loss, 11-10 right here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Just a great game. Goaltending was unbelievable in that game. Just amazing. And here's Bailey Lower looking for some help. She makes a move. A triple cut and broken up nicely. Saved possession, nicely done behind by Sydney Moskrop. Tip pass once again, so the Vineyard now find a little bit of rhythm on defense, but they are down 10-1. Another mishandled pass on the clear. Nice run by number 10 for the Vineyard. And they can get it set up here. That was Lizzie C. She has scored the lone goal for Martha's Vineyard. The run in, low shot goes wide. Tipped by Lizzie C. and saved on the possession. So 7 minutes and 25 seconds again. A couple of Vineyard players go in aggressively, and it should be Nantucket ball as Bailey Lower is tripped up and showing the wheels there. I don't know that there is a quicker girls lacrosse player, certainly in our league and possibly in our division. She just turns defense into offense immediately. Under 7 minutes here in the first half. 10-1, Whalers with the lead. There's Bailey Lower surveying. She's got 2 defenders in front of her as the Whalers get their set. Mason Lower right in the middle. Shot. Oh, saved. She gets the rebound. Save again. Good activity by the Vineyard goalie. Pass just off the stick of Emerson Pekarczyk. Would have been an impressive catch. Down to 6:20 here in the first half. Bailey Lower catches it over the shoulder. Shot, scores. Mason Lower with a beautiful assist, finding her sister for goal number 11, which means the clock will continue to run here. Again, that 10-goal advantage at 6:05 and counting. So again, a nice little presentation but right before the game as the girls got their stick check and ran through midfield. The youth lacrosse girls line midfield. Had to be at least 30 of them, creating a nice tunnel. And of course today the orange represents the Stick It to Cancer game for the girls lacrosse team. Again, the recognition and representation of something beyond the game by Coach Lower and her staff and the Whalers program in general. Just impressive and what it should be, as again we talked about being a Nantucket Whaler of any sport represents more than just what you do on the field. And a whistle. Bailey Lower whistled for something. Not sure what happened there, but the Vineyard will get it. Again, another errant pass. Just not enough offense for the Vineyard to afford those kinds of mistakes, as Bailey Lower will get subbed out here for a moment. Again, she might not play a whole lot of the second half here, but she is on 100 goal watch for the season, 98 actually. She just notched her 98th goal. So we'll see if maybe she hits that number and takes a seat here in the second half. But we are down to 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first half. Whalers hold an 11-1 lead. The defense has taken this team to the next level, and they have jumped into that 4 spot, leapfrogging Manchester Essex in the Division 4 rankings. Look to hold on to it today. They're actually closer to 3 than Manchester Essex was to catching them at 4. But as I said, I chatted with Coach Lower and Coach Cronin Paul, and they said, we like where, here's Mason Lower with a great shot. Oh, the opposite hand. Hammy would love that one. Mason Lower with a beauty. The opposite hand over the shoulder goal by number 25, Mason Lower, a phenomenal sister duo. The Lowers, the whole family involved. It's unbelievable. It's fun to watch. It's impressive. And again, the girls just keep writing their own history. So 12-1 as the clock continues and approaches 3 minutes to go here in the half. Gorgeous Memorial Day weekend game here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Happy to have you along here on the NSC, wherever you're joining us from out in Whalers Nation. Stay with us at halftime. I've got a couple more things I want to mention. We'll go over some postseason scenarios because we can wildly speculate, as it is it is our privilege. Mason Lower solidifying the draw control win. And a rare turnover there by Nantucket. Their first of the game comes with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first half. That's how impressive they have been. 12-1 our score. Again, the Vineyard looking to clear. They have had trouble doing that. They've mishandled a pass here already. And the scrum continues. Whistle blows. The play dead clock continues. Vineyard will put it in. Tip pass and a mishandled pass. That'll be another turnover for the Vineyard. Again, just hounding, swarming defense. Maya Johnson, number 31, puts it in for Nantucket. Getting it up to Maddie Lombardi. Oh, nice defensive play. She gets it smacked away, but we'll keep control of it. Heavy stall. Number 5 puts it in play here as, again, we will likely see some of the younger players for the varsity team playing most of the second half. As long as the Whalers can hold that 10-goal advantage, the clock will continue to run. We're down to just over a minute. Pekarchik still in the game. She has the ball, passes it over. Evie Stahl. Whalers looking to win their 17th win on the season. Here's Pekarchik, under a minute to play. First half. It's been all Nantucket. Good cut through by Evie Stahl. And Pekarchik gets it back to Moskrop. Over to Stahl. Moskrop behind the net. Here's a pass. Good pass in front. Shot, scores. Moskrop with another assist, and Mason Lower notches another goal, her second in a row here. And she is quickly having a nice season. That is goal number 13. She's also got 15 assists, so a 4th scorer as the horn sounds here to end the first half. Whalers scored just before the horn to run the score here at halftime to 13-1. No surprise that the Whalers have been in complete control here. We'll take a moment here on the NSC and say hello to some friends and come back, and I'll give you some wild speculations about the playoffs, amongst other things. Thanks very much for joining us here. Whalers up 13-1. We've reached halftime at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Back out to Perry for 3. Good! Nice rebound by Jaquan Francis into Halleck again. Whalers streak ahead, 2-on-1. Shot! Score! That got inside the post. The clear Whalers shot. Save! Carol Allen! Space 2-1. Puts it up from half court. Good! Justin Boyce! Front. Gotta score! Pekarchik was able to lift it up from LaBelle. Her dribble. Pass. Quincy Sullivan with a good looking shot and hits. Gets in and scores! Halleck denies. Halleck denies again. Shot saved. Griffin Starr. Into it. Aguilar, nice little fake. Runs up and puts it in. Streaks ahead, shot, score! Just like that, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Want to welcome you back to Vito Capizzo Stadium. We're at halftime as the Whalers are in complete control, kind of as we knew, but 13-1 our score. And again, we are bringing you our final regular season game here. We'll await the final rankings and season seedings for the playoffs. That will come out on Wednesday. Certainly, we have at least one boys game and one girls game here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, which we will bring you in the potential for 3 more. The girls, if they can, which they should, hang on to that 4 seed, would play until the final 4 when it goes to a neutral site, and the boys are at number 8 and pretty entrenched in that number as well, barring something crazy happening. But you never know. It's just the numbers work themselves out, and sometimes the seedings are a little different than they are on the rankings. But, man, what an exciting time to be a Whalers Lacrosse fan. We're going to bring you as many as we can here on the NSC. It's been an amazing regular season as well. Whalers teams on the NSC have gone 10-3 right here at home. Some very dramatic games as well as impressive and dominating wins. The boys nearly pulled off the miraculous comeback of the ages against Falmouth, down 8-1, ultimately losing that game 9-8. But they won a nail-biter, a 1-goal game against Whitman-Hanson, 6-5. And then, of course, the statement win of the season, that 5-3 defensive domination of Sandwich, holding the Blue Knights scoreless for 3 quarters. And the guys also are looking to sweep the Vineyard here today. They won 10-0 right here at home. And on the girls' side, that lone loss was to Sandwich, the 11-10 overtime thriller, as we mentioned. But otherwise, they have absolutely dominated and shown why they are one of the top 4 teams in the state. 6 victories here as we live stream them. They outscored their opponents 91-16, and that doesn't even count today's game. It's 13-1 already, and I don't know, it could get even more lopsided. So we'll wait to see the seasonings. Again, thank you very much for joining us here all season long. And happy to have Hammy Hurd up in the box with us here for the second half. How you doing, Coach?
Run a little late. Apologize.
It's all good.
But it looks like things are going well without me.
Well, they have taken care of business,
not
certainly.
that I am ever needed. But these girls are so good at what they do. They know what the job is, and they get it done. And getting that ball in the back of the net is the job. And it's great, too, is watching the women's lacrosse semis yesterday. It was so amazing watching Northwestern just put the hammer down, and I thought that Denver could have a shot, and they were hanging for a little while, but Northwestern was just so strong, and that BC game against Syracuse was just so outstanding.
Yeah.
It was great lacrosse. And then the men's game starts
noon.
Let's see
noon
here.
Is the first one.
6 minutes.
Yeah, Final 4 for the men here today in the NCAAs. And again, tomorrow will be the championship game. It will be BC playing against
Northwestern.
that good Northwestern team.
And Izzy, I forget her name. Izzy Skane
whatever
is just,
she
has just got the hardest shot. It's just so.
She's the Bailey Lower of.
It's amazing. It's just so
girls'
good.
game. So as you may see here, number 17 is on the bench, so she will hold at 98 goals on the year.
On the regular season.
On the regular season. We still got
in lacrosse, they count lots of all the playoff games. It's interesting, the Twarton Award, how the teams do in the playoffs is a factor in who gets the most valuable player.
Okay.
So usually the team that wins the championship, the best player.
Sure.
In general. Sometimes, sometimes. Moving the ball around nicely here.
In high school, there's also, the Cape and Islands award their own scenario. Then the MIAA's got the All-Scholastics.
Oh, really?
Or the Globe has the All-Scholastics, and then the MIAA has their All-Stars as well. So plenty for the Whalers to look forward to as far as accolades for their incredible play through the regular season, dominating Cape and Islands League play as they are here today to finish off the regular season. And again, that number 4 spot is a sweet one.
Nice cut. Doing a little shift. They got a little wheel going on.
Oh, good pass in front. Oh, just off the stick of Pekarczyk, but she recovers nicely. Again, I said earlier in the broadcast that No one weaves through defenders better than number 11. Bailey does it with her speed and quickness, but man, the ability to bob and weave and avoid sticks and bodies, Emerson Pekarczyk does it as good as any. And again, another 90-goal scorer. She's now got 93 on the season, so she may as well get 100 goals in addition to Bailey Lower, who will certainly get it in the next game.
Nice communication by the Vineyard.
Yeah, I mean, this team is bound for the playoffs. They will make it in Division 4, but man, it just does not. It seems like they're playing a JV spot. Oh, reverse shot, scores!
Great look by Suze Paraner.
Suze Paraner with the goal. Again, just a sophomore, number 12, so we will see her for another couple years. And the clock continues to run again as the Whalers hold a 13-goal lead now.
Emerson at the draw. Nantucket's going to get it. Nice lefty, protecting that ball, sending it down.
Whalers have only lost one draw control in that first half.
Haven't lost one in the second half either. Flying. Have that clock just fly now.
So Bailey Lower on the field. Again, there's no way she's not aware of what's going on as far as the numbers. Sitting on 98 goals for the season. Again, just amazing numbers. Good cut.
What's so impressive to me too
Another
is
double
the
cut, good pass in
go.
front, unable to handle it though. But those double cuts, that's the stuff there.
It's kind of their bread and butter.
Yeah, and this has been a challenge all afternoon long. The turnovers and the clear, the Whalers defense just forcing turnovers, and the Vineyard has only had one really good possession that ended up in a goal.
That was honestly yesterday the thing that impressed me the most about Northwestern is how well they rode on, they rode better than any girls team I've ever seen. It was just amazing how tough, how those offensive players instantly became defensive players and just stopped Denver on so many looks.
The commitment to the defensive end, and it's tough. It's not easy because you are going from, it's not like the dudes game where you got
lots of
defenders.
transition.
Yeah. Here's Bailey Lower. Makes a move, reverses back. And showing some of that patience, that maturity.
Showing a righty throw. Look at that solid righty throw. Love it.
And another good pass. Oh, nice
look,
attempt.
Great look.
One-timer. I don't know if that's a thing in lacrosse, but that's about as one-timer as you're going to get. That was Maddie Lombardi, the attempt on the one-timer. .1835 and counting here in the second half. Whalers, again, putting the final touches on an incredible championship regular season. Getting ready for the next season.
Bill Parcells used to call it the tournament.
Yep. Here's Bailey Lower surveying. She gets a screen. Passes Pekarczyk just off her stick. And let's see who comes out with it.
Great.
Yep, whacked on the stick. Maddie Lombardi. Doing some nice dirty work right in front of the goalie, and she'll get a run from the 8. Shot saved. So good play by the goalie. And again, just a mishandle on the pass. It's been the story of the game for sure. Nice box out.
Hips. Great work in the hips.
Finally, a whistle gives it to Nantucket. Double team. Nice spin out by Maya Johnson. Off the stick, but Mason Lower there to recover it. And gets...
Stick on the fingers.
Somehow the Vineyard gets it. Maybe went out of bounds off of Mason's stick there. So we are under 17 minutes to play. And the boys taking on the Vineyard off island. And that is a pass to no one in particular, but nice recovery. Good communication by the Whalers defensive unit.
Watch roll!
And a whistle that will be a run from the eights here for the Vineyard here, number 24. That is BW. Shot goes wide, and the Whalers are back there.
Nantucket gets it. Two people back on the shot.
Possession.
That's awesome.
So those little things, you know, they add up. So another turnover on the wide shot. No run from the eights, and here is some great hustle. All the way, coast to coast run.
Boom. Great feed. Great job by Maya.
Natty Lombardi, shot, score! Assist from Bailey Lower, and just like that.
Pretty awesome. 100 yards, 3 passes.
Yeah, the Whalers notch another goal, 15-1. Just, again, I keep saying it, it's just impressive. It's just impressive.
As I brought up the other day, you know, there's been some really great Nantucket teams. You know, those undefeated teams in the football from the Vito era,
Yep.
the volleyball team this year. But there's just something about this squad that just, they click so well and they get along so well and they just move the ball so well and they're just there for each other. And that's the sign of a great, great team.
And again, I said it earlier in the first half, it's dynasty time. We're talking dynasty here.
Reloading.
For the Whalers
Wrong
girls
way.
lacrosse
Going the
program.
wrong way. She's pulling a Jim Marshall.
Yep. She got it figured out, though. Oh, looked like good defense there. Low shot attempt, stopped, and a turnover. So again, Maya Johnson, great defense. And they are off and running once again. 14 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the game. 15-1. Whalers in complete control. Lower sitting on 98 goals on the season. We'll have to see if she tries another one. She's one-on-one with number 21. That is a dangerous matchup. Good
Boom.
pass in front.
Righty.
Shot.
Good look, though.
Evie Stahl.
Good look. Perfect feed.
Given a chance
Perfect
there.
offhand feed. That was awesome.
See those JV players already warming up. Julia Paraner, senior, one of the co-captains. Number 35 at the top of the offensive set here. We'll see if maybe she can get something going here. Lower, looking, cut in front. Moskrop off her stick. We'll see if it rolls out. It will. It'll be a turnover. Over to the Vineyard. Maybe a mercy call there. 13 minutes even and counting. Oh, no call. She was definitely out of bounds, but play on it goes. as the Vineyard gets it in to the offensive end. Oh, good tip. Sam Zadroga getting the stick up and deflecting it out of bounds. So 15 goals is just around the team average on the season. They've scored in double figures.
Nice
Shot
move.
score.
Nice
Nice shot.
Chris in
Confused
space got her
Mazzarelli a
hands
little bit.
free and put it off hip.
Good, Claire. Okay, Claire.
The second goal scored by the Vineyard. I believe that was number 6. Annabelle M. for the Vineyard. The clock will continue to run here as we're under 12 minutes left here in the game. Whalers up 15-2. And it'll be Cindy Moskrop on the draw. Love to see this, getting a couple different looks in.
I think this is the first time I've seen Cindy draw all year. This is great. Go
Up
get it.
and
Yes.
Whalers grab it. Maddie Lombardi, the recipient of the draw. And off the stick, but scooped up quickly by Bailey Lower. 15-2. Vineyard just scored their second goal of the game. The Whalers were up 8-0 before the Vineyard scored their first goal. And they have been on cruise control after about the first 8 minutes.
And when do the playoffs start?
So that's an excellent question because there will be some play-in scenarios as
So they get some.
on both the boys and girls side. So
So they get some time to.
yeah, a couple of days. You know, it's 24 hours before they even
Decide.
officially post. They post the seedings and then you got to have corrections and da 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 da. So that's another day. So now 31st is when they will come out with the seedings. The first will be that 24-hour grace period. Play-in games for maybe the first 2 days. And then more likely Saturday, Sunday is when we will see our first action here at Vito Capizzo Stadium with either the boys or the girls. We'll have to see how it shakes down. So
Yeah, I wonder when the considerations are there any playoff games on the same day?
I don't think so. Usually there aren't.
Got it.
Lower shot score through a couple of
Hands, get her
defenders.
hands whacked too.
So Bailey Lower notches her 99th regular season goal for Nantucket.
Such a quick release. That release is just so fast.
And again, I know teams know that she's a left-hander, but man, something about that left-handed shot is just hard to stop.
well,
It's harder to stop.
See, in my opinion, it's that release. They
Yeah.
don't, you know, she's pumping and pumping and pumping.
Yeah,
and
you never
boom,
know.
It's you know, it's the equivalent of a pump fake in football.
Yeah.
You know, he's patting the ball, and
And I like your Dan
Marino. Dan Marino just had the
Nobody
quickest
had a quicker
release.
as the quarterback, that's for sure. So with 8:40 and counting here, the Whalers have got back to that 14-goal advantage, 16-2 our score. And again, Moskrop on the draw control, and Brooke Damien scoops it up, and she's on the
Look at
run.
these Wales draws to the open man.
Over the top. Oh, just off the stick. And again, that's number 4. If that's the JV number, it's Carly Ray. That's another freshman for Nantucket getting some playing time here.
Here we go.
That was just fortunate there for the Vineyard to get the clear. Number 15 hounded
Nice grab.
by Vicky Todorova. Again, a very good volleyball player. Oh, loose.
Great. I wonder what the call was there.
Whalers get it.
Nice.
Todorova draws the whistle. And wisely picks a friend.
There we go.
Under 8 minutes to go. Whalers looking to add a 17 goal. Bailey Lower sitting on 99. She's looking to facilitate again.
Oh, Sydney, nice.
There it is. Beautiful Moskrop with the goal. That's number 5 for Sydney Moskrop. I got a lot of A's next to Bailey Lower's names. 2, 4, 6, 7 assists unofficially. She's got 5 goals and 7 assists.
And that's, having...
She had an 11-point game yesterday, our last broadcast as well.
In running the youth program, I could never make it to many of these games, but watching a bunch of them on your channel last year, you'd see Bailey with that dominant performance, great shot and stuff like that, but it's so great to see 7 assists next to that, and the growth that's seen in that facilitating capacity that she's seen in herself is so awesome to see as somebody who loves lacrosse. It's, it's great point guards win championships.
100%. The quarterback on the field, a point guard, same thing. It's just she controls the offense. It runs through her, whether it's goal scoring, facilitating, setting up the play, and even as a decoy,
100%.
she is a weapon. And she is sitting
Watch your
on
back.
99 goals. I would love to see number 100 here at home. And there she's got the ball. And again, the NBA players, some professional athletes say that they aren't aware of milestones, but I got a hunch that they are. I think LeBron knew that he was.
I think she's also. She could have.
But she's
she could
aware.
She could have a special shot lined up too for her 100th goal.
She's aware.
The grape crusher.
Yep. Approaching 5 minutes to play here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. Whalers in complete control, 17-2. The drama of the game is well at hand. Subplot here is Bailey Lower sitting on 99 regular season goals for Nantucket. She's already notched 5. And that has added at least 7 assists. And those assists are unofficial in the book. Off the stick of Julia Peraner, number 35. Again, nice to get the senior some playing time. Moskrop. As Lower sits back behind the net. Approaching 4 minutes to play as the Whalers play a little keep away. Shorten the game. They have done their job here, scoring 17 goals already. Cruising to victory, number 17 on the year, to just 3 losses. 2 of those to very good upper division 2 and 3 teams, Wayland and Norwell. Norwell, the only game they didn't score in double figures. They scored 7 against Norwell. And a rare turnover. But the Whalers hawking on the transition. Slightly too aggressive. Again, you see the orange headbands and balloons representing the Stick It to Cancer. Another impressive part of Coach Lower and her program's realization, representation of something bigger beyond the game. So just over 3 minutes to play here. Oh, nice play by Maddie Lombardi to cause the turnover. Vineyard gets the call. Tough pass. Nantucket will get it on the turnover. Moskrop puts it in. Pekarchik. Again, the only drama here is whether Bailey Lower is going to get number 100. I think you got to give her a chance, right? (17-2) the score. Oh, off the stick. Ah. And Lower with thievery.
Look at that righty, love it.
Forcing the turnover. Over to Julia Paraner and Maddie Lombardi. We're down under 2 minutes to play here. In a game we knew the Whalers would have a good chance of winning, and they showed why in complete domination. Bailey Lower scored 5. Pekarchik's got 3. Moskrop's got 5. But most impressively is the amount of assisting that Bailey Lower has done today. 7 assists. Again, unofficially, she may have more, but I have her with 7. Mason Lower with a couple of goals. Maddie Lombardi with a goal today. The Whalers have flexed their offensive muscles here once again. Another nice offhanded pass there by Brooke Damian. As we approach 1 minute to play here at Vito Capizzo Stadium, the Whalers again will move to 17-3 and likely be the number 4 seed in Division 4 as we enter the next season. Here's number 17. She passes it up. Again, they may try and do something dramatic here.
I think this is just keep away.
Yeah. I mean, that's the sportsman thing to do.
30 seconds left.
Down to 10 seconds to go here. Moskrop holds it. As the keep away continues here, 5 seconds. So Bailey Lower will finish the regular season with 99 goals to lead the Whalers to a Cape and Islands League championship. A number 4 seed in all likelihood, which means playoff games right here at Vito Capizzo Stadium. The final 17-2. Before we say goodbye here, I got to say thank you to a bunch of people here. NCTV is at the top of the list for all they do to help make the Nantucket Sports Connection happen. Huge event for them tonight, LunaFest. If you don't have a ticket there, I saw a couple on Facebook. Maybe you could put a bid in and get a ticket to it. It is their biggest fundraiser. It is a phenomenally fun event out at the Wisconsin Casino. So good luck goes out to all the NCTV crew. I know they're out there getting it set up. We're happy to have Charles Douglas behind the camera today, and he does a lot. He is our vagabond reporter. He's been behind the scenes. He gets everything on the channel at Channel 18. Also make sure we have all of our footage archived. He is our guy behind the scenes at NCTV. Thanks very much, Charles, for joining us here this morning. Got him up bright and early, and happy to have him as our liaison over at NCTV. Also want to say thank you to Hammy Hurd, man. It has been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you. And I have learned so much about the game of lacrosse from you. And I think we both learned a bunch on the girls' side.
On the girls'
as well.
side, 100% to be able to watch so much of it this year has been a great education.
Appreciate your passion towards the game of lacrosse. You've given so much of your time to the youth program here. They were well represented. The girls making a great tunnel here, and man, we got the best seat in the house. Thank you very much for joining me here.
It's been great hanging around with you, Chris. I've known you for a long time and love to do anything I can do to help you out and have some fun and be able to watch this game that I love so much.
Absolutely, and we got some more coming up here as we enter the next season. I do want to say thank you to all of our spring sponsors and all the businesses that helped us bring Whalers Nation over 60 live stream regular season games this year, starting with the fall sports, obviously. We had incredible playoff action as well, as you mentioned, the volleyball team going to the Elite Eight. Sean and I went off island to do their final game as well. The boys hockey run to the Final Four. What a phenomenal game. The Amesbury game will go down as one for the ages. If you were at the event or saw it, it was one of the most incredible sporting events that I have ever been part of, just as a fan, let alone as a broadcaster. And we've got at least 2 more games. Again, the boys will probably end up as the 8th seed and will likely host 2 games as long as they win, and will be favored in that first game, of course. And the girls will likely end up at the 4 seed. And so potentially 5 more playoff games. And man, what a year it has been. Cape and Islands League champions, as the Whalers will head off into the next season, finishing 17-3. They've won their last 6 and have won 13 of 14 now. Just playing absolutely elite lacrosse, and as good as any to bring home the first state title for the girls lacrosse program. It has been absolutely a blast. Playoffs are next here on the NSC, and when we know, we'll let you know when that will actually be and who it will be against. Thanks very much for joining us here, and have a safe and wonderful Memorial Day weekend, Whalers Nation. Again, we represent and honor those that have given the ultimate sacrifice. That's what this weekend is all about. If you get a chance to sneak down, the parade will be tomorrow, just around noon. He's not with us today, but for Sean Davis, Charles Douglas, Hammy Hurd, I'm Chris Morris. Whalers, have a wonderful weekend. Whalers win 17-2, finish off the regular season at 17-3. It's the playoffs next, coming up very soon here on the NSC.
Back out to Perry for 3. Good! Nice rebound by Jaquan Francis into Halleck again. Whalers streak ahead, 2-on-1 shot. Score! That got inside the post. The clear Whalers shot. Save! Paul Allen! Face 2-1. Puts it up from half court. Good! Justin Boyce! Front. Gotta score! The card chick was able to lift it up above LaBelle. Third dribble. Pass. Quincy Sullivan with a good looking shot and hit. Gets in and scores! Halleck denies. Halleck denies again. Shot saved. Griffin Starr. Into it. Aguilar, nice little fake. Runs up and puts it in. Streaks ahead, shot, score! Just like that, baby! That's what I'm talking about.